In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about why it's so important to set aside money for home repairs. So, you've just bought a home, maybe it's your first home, you're excited about owning your home, not renting, not paying a landlord. One of the benefits of renting, of course, is that if there's a problem in the house, you just call the landlord, and ideally they take care of it. Of course, we all know, for those of us who've been renting, that isn't always how that works, but that's how it's supposed to work. But when you own a home, you're ultimately responsible for those repairs. So it's important to start setting aside money for the inevitability of repairs you're going to need to make to your home. A good starting point is going back to your inspection report. You know, that thing you paid for $500 for when you were in the process of purchasing the home. It's a good idea to go back to that and see what kinds of things the home inspector identified as potential issues. Things that I would look at is age of the air conditioning, age of the roof, because those are two of your biggest repairs, age of the appliances, and then you can start looking at some of the smaller things. But what you don't want is to be caught with your pants down, so to speak, with a major repair and you haven't started saving for it. So, if you know right now that you've just purchased your home and the AC is already 10 years old, you're more likely than not going to have to put in a new AC unit somewhat soon. And so much better to start saving now and only have to come up with, say, $4,000 or $5,000 and have to come up with $8,000 to $10,000 right now, immediately. So the first thing to do is, again, to understand your home's needs. How old is the home? How old are the major systems? Appliances, roof, AC, electrical, plumbing. Are there any issues that the inspector identified? And then start budgeting accordingly. If you know that a roof is going to need to be done, you're probably talking about $20,000 depending on the size of your home, what type of roof material you put on, but you're probably talking at least $20,000. So you're going to need to start saving for that. I would start putting aside $250, $300 a month, but you have to calculate back and how long until I'm going to need to replace that roof. If my roof is 10 years old, maybe I have another 10 years, 5 to 10 years. If my roof is only 3 years old, I'm going to have more time. But you want to sort of backtrack in terms of figuring out how much you might need to save to replace the roof. Same thing with the air conditioning and things like that. So it's real important to stay on top of that. And then the other way to save some money is to regularly stay on top of maintaining your home. So for example, if you have gutters on the home, making sure you clean those out regularly, because if those get clogged with leaves and whatnot, then water stays in the gutter and it doesn't drain properly. That's going to damage your roof and shorten the life of your roof. Having your AC unit maintained by a professional every 6 months to a year, changing the filters every month or every 3 months, depending on what's recommended for your particular situation. All those things can lengthen the life of those major systems in your home and thus drag out how long it's going to be until you need to replace them. When it is time to make those replacements, if you are one of my clients, certainly feel free to reach out to me. I have contractors that do AC, that do roofing, that do all kinds of different work in a home. So it's worth shopping around. Cheapest isn't always the best, though, so don't always look for the cheapest. I'm amazed at how many people on Facebook say, I need a plumber real cheap. Well, the problem is you get what you pay for. There are certain costs that come with having someone that's qualified, well trained to do the job right the first time, and so it's worth paying attention to that. But feel free to reach out. I do have a long list of vendors for various home improvement projects or home maintenance projects that can help you. But it's real important, start saving from day one. Don't wait until all of a sudden you need a roof replacement or an AC replacement to then have to figure out where you're going to get the money from. I hope this information is helpful. As always, if there's any information I can provide to you, please reach out to me. Remember, you can't miss with Chris, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have a great day, everybody.